Hey guys, and welcome to the Band Rants channel, your home for NFL projections, predictions, and of course, your periodic rant. And today we're going to be doing the Dallas Cowboys 2021 schedule. And as you see, I've already started a few of these games from other videos I've made, other team schedules I did. And I'm going to go over every week. If I need to make changes, I will. But before I do all of that, I'm going to go over the rest of the schedule. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you want to see me talk about something else, and we'll go ahead and get started. So, at Tampa, I can't change this one. We know bad things happen in Tampa, and it's also their opener. It's their second banner drop. It's Goatman Great's 7th championship kickoff season, going for 8. I don't expect them to drop the opener. I think Dallas's offense could potentially be a really good matchup with Todd Bowles' defense. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but if you can look me in the face and tell me that Dak Prescott can win a shootout against Tom Brady, I'm going to laugh at you with all due respect. At the Chargers, I actually think they can win this one. The Chargers are not a good home team. I do expect them to improve a lot with Justin Herbert in his second year, unless he has a really bad sophomore slump. But I think Dallas on the road, especially on a 10-day break, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. At home against Philly, I expect them to win this one. Philly right now is in a rebuild year. This is a team that had a lot of trouble last year, rebuilding this year, new coaching staff, new quarterback from day one, Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to have some growing pains early on. Don't expect Philly to lay down, but Dallas at home in their opener on a Monday night, they're going to win. They're also going to win in Week 4. I'm not going to change that game. I do expect both offenses to bring a lot to the table, but I think Dallas has just a little bit more on defense than Carolina. And that's not saying too much because Carolina is a pretty stacked team on paper, but I think Dallas early on is going to have a lot of momentum. Now, at home against the Giants. Now, here's where things can get a little bit squirrely. The Giants, in my opinion, improved a lot in the offseason. And what's ironic about the Giants is last year they had a shot to win the division, which isn't saying much because the Washington team won with a 7-9 record, which is absolutely disgusting. And I don't expect the division to have a winning team, technically, with a losing record. Now, I think right now, at Jerry World, the Cowboys are going to lose a couple of games. They're not going to run the table and go, 8-0 at home for the NFC. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Giants are probably going to pull an upset win here and give the Dallas Cowboys their first loss at Jerry World, which is then going to carry over into New England because bad things happen at Gillette. It's a very difficult place to play. And coming off the bye, I actually think the Vikings are going to win this one. And then the questions kind of start. Don't worry about this 5-7. Please ignore that. At this point, they'd, I believe, be 3-4, I believe. So then the questions might start like, is Dallas kind of falling off the grid? Maybe they're not doing so great, but they regroup and they win their next 2 home games, at home against the Broncos, at home against Atlanta. I think Atlanta's offense is going to be a lot to handle, but I also think that Atlanta's defense is not equipped at all to handle Dallas's offense whatsoever. At the Chiefs is going to be a loss. This is a tricky team to play, especially in Arrowhead. Bad things happen there. And then traveling back home, it's really not as far as it would be from other places. Like if you were going from all the way from the West Coast or all the way from Seattle or somewhere else to Dallas, that might be bad. But I think that especially coming home off of a tricky loss, they're going to regroup and they're going to win. And honestly, this is a Thanksgiving game, and Dallas usually plays pretty tough on Thanksgiving. Against the Saints a week later, though, however, this one might not be as good of a game as we're hoping because the Superdome is tricky to play in. But having said that, this could easily be a flip because there's no Drew Brees, but honestly, the Saints aren't a bad team. Even though they have quarterback issues, they're not a bad team. But at the Washington football team, I actually have Dallas winning the next couple of games. They're going to win this one. They're going to win at the Giants, and they're going to get the sweep over the football team. And in Week 18, they're going to get the sweep over the Eagles. So even though they finish off 10-7, they end up with a 5-1 record. I'm not going to change that Cardinals game because I think that at this point, Dallas could well be on their way to an NFC East championship title, and the Cardinals are going to be arguably playing for a lot more than Dallas is at this point. So that's what I've got, 10-7 for Dallas. If you like what you saw, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.